what is happening right now is something very, very interesting, very, very fascinating indeed. In the year 1967, so it happened in the year 1967, Queen Elizabeth, she lost her captain of the chopper in a crash. Means it was really not an event for the Queen to forget. From that time onward, since 1967, she made it absolutely clear that she doesn't feel it to be a safe journey for the entire monarchy family to take a chopper and go somewhere. So she basically said, even when she was alive, to Prince William that do not fly from the Kensington Palace to Anmar Hall in Norfolk, all with your family. So you can go by yourself. I mean, he's an experienced pilot, Prince William. There is no question about his ability, his confidence in it. But nevertheless, the Queen said, don't take your wife, your children with you from point A to point B when you travel. And that happened because the Queen was absolutely terrified what happened to her pilot, her captain, I should say, in 1967. Now, obviously, that was something that the king followed recently. There is a book that was published, and in that book, it said basically that the king had a bit argument with Prince William because Prince William flew with his family. So really, not being careful what the Queen said and what his father said to him, because King Charles, he followed his mother's footstep and said the same thing to Prince William, that don't do this. Just like my mother said to you, I'm telling you, don't do this. Don't fly everyone on the same flight. Now, recently, obviously, after that book was published, we have also found out that the king, he was so terrified that he asked Prince William to sign on a waiver, a very important document, taking responsibility for putting the line of succession in jeopardy. Means if something happens, God forbid, when they're flying, Prince William, Catherine, Louis, Charlotte, George, if they're flying together and something happens, then it is going to be disaster. So the king asked Prince William, you have to sign on a form, a document, and you must take responsibility for doing that, because I told you not to do it, but you did it. And you jeopardized the line of succession, and for obvious reason. Now, we'll talk more about how Meghan will come into this picture, but the book also mentioned that the family, when they were going through this tension between King Charles and Prince William, who came to the rescue, the book mentioned it was Princess of Wales Catherine. She intervened and she told William that this is what you should be following, you should be listening to your father, and it makes sense that if we are all of us on the same flight, something happens, then it will be a disaster, a big disaster. So Catherine, she kind of was trying to make things very, very normal for the father and the son after they went through this intense argument, because William was not taking it. William was like, yeah, who cares? I mean, I can fly. I'm an experienced pilot. Why don't you trust me? And so the king was furious with that kind of remark. And now we are seeing there are reports coming from Sky News Australia. They're saying that the TV presenter, I don't agree with Sky News Australia all the time, but in this case, I think she had a valid point, and she basically asked a royal commentator, do you think the king was furious or the king was frightened? Because if something happened to Prince William, the Wales family, then the next in line is going to be Prince Harry. And if he becomes the king of England, you can imagine how disastrous that would be. Obviously, the royal commentator then responded and said, no, never, that will never happen, and we have to protect the Wales family, Prince William and Catherine. But here is the thing. It does make me think about what Meghan said. I mean, we have evidences that Meghan wanted somehow if there is a plane crash or something happened to the Wales family, Princess of Wales, Princess Catherine and Prince William, then she said basically that we are one plane crash away from becoming the King and Queen of England. Therefore, it makes sense that the king would be extra cautious about this. At the same time, I think not only that they should be cautious about when they fly on a chopper, but all the time, because you never know what Meghan is capable of doing, and I don't want her to be in the UK anywhere close to the monarchy, anywhere close to especially Catherine and William, because she might do some magic. Who knows? Black magic. I don't know if you believe this, but I believe it. There is a possibility that she can do that. But I'm not saying she will do it, but possibility, because black magic, they do exist, and I believe it. But there's so many other ways that Meghan can harm Catherine and William, and so it is very, very imperative that Prince William will take all the cautions possible to protect himself and also protect his family. Now, I want to also talk to you about something else. Now, Meghan Markle, she might see herself fighting in a court because recently there is a German documentary that was paused. Now, it said it was paused, but what I understand, it was not paused. Meghan Markle, she asked the the documentary, the organizers, the director, the producers, to not follow through with their action. Means stop doing this, stop making documentary on my past life. And for obvious reason, we know why Meghan would do that, and that is because her past life has her yacht career there, with Prince Andrew and Jeffrey Epstein and so many things. So people are saying that because of those embarrassing and shameful events in her life and phases in her life, she doesn't want this documentary to go ahead. And the producers or the director, whatever, they are now going to the courts. They are doing a legal process, quote unquote, legal process. This is exactly what they said. But we will find out more in the coming days, and I'll share it with you. Now, when we talk about Meghan Markle, her behavior is just becoming so obnoxious, and it's just so strange and weird that these days she is showing it to the whole world. Does she have a mental sickness? I don't know. But every time we see somebody is about to go on stage to make a speech, she holds on to that person, just like she did with Prince William. Prince Harry. If you do not remember, when he was about to go and give a speech at the FC award, she clutched onto him. This is exactly not the picture, but I couldn't find the other picture. But there is another picture that shows Meghan Markle was holding on to Harry when he was about to give a speech. So I don't know if these are coincidence or if this woman is suffering some mental disorder or not. I don't know. But there is one woman who was able to save herself from this, claw of Meghan Markle during the, I believe it happened during the funeral of the Queen when she was shaking hands, and one lady, she refused to shake hands. I think this was during the walkabout. Remember the walkabout? So this woman, she said, "No, you're not gonna touch me. I know your claws. I know those nails. You can bite me. You can even rip up my hand. Who knows?" Just making it up. But you can imagine the danger she possessed, and this woman definitely, she recognized that danger. Maybe Prince William doesn't recognize that danger as much, but he should be very, very careful. Now, let's talk about her popularity, because we're talking about the walkabout, how Meghan was snubbed by this lady. Let's talk about something else. So recently there is a report that suggested 65%, now it came on the newsweek.com, 65% of British people, they dislike or hate Meghan Markle. And there is a surprising number of people who actually hate her in the UK, and this is again coming from Newsweek. So we see Meghan Markle, her popularity is sinking every single day, and it is becoming very, very hard for her to swallow. But Harry he has a different view. Harry doesn't care about his popularity because he knows he's nobody. I mean, if he goes back to UK, people will always boo him, and he doesn't care. Like, this guy is not running a business, unlike his wife. This guy doesn't care about his brands, nothing. He just wants to go back in the bunker and have some beer and enjoy his life. That's all he wants, But his wife is not like him. His wife wants to be a successful entrepreneur, going to G9 summit, woman empowerment or things like that. So yeah, popularity for Meghan means a lot. But for the dimwit prince, it's like, yeah, I don't care. Give me a beer or give me some powder to sniff. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so I have some comments here, guys. Thank you so much for joining this. ACME, Shady Lady, Susie, thank you, guys. Mary Jane, thank you, guys. Rosanna, hi. If you have any more comment, leave a comment in the comment section, and I will see you in the next video. Have a wonderful day.